Next up, something fishy.
All right, so this next myth is an old fishing myth, and it's not about the big one that got away. This one is about flaming reels.
Okay, flaming reels, you're gonna have to give me more than that.
All right, now as any fisherman knows, once the fish is on the line, all it wants to do is get away.
All right, meaning it takes off in the opposite direction.
Exactly, and as it's taking off, it's pulling a lot of line off that reel.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. If the line's coming off fast enough, it generates friction, which creates heat.
And if you generate enough heat, it could burst into flame, hence the name flaming reel.
And that's the myth. Can a fish cause a reel to catch on fire?
And it's a myth that's perfectly portrayed in this viral video. When the hooked fish flees, the friction on the spool causes the reel to first smoke and then catch fire. But is this really real?
All right, so I gotta say right off the bat, the physics of this myth add up. I mean, a spinning reel will experience friction, and that will generate heat.
But to generate enough heat to actually combust, we're talking about a pretty big fish.
Well, we do have big fish in our bay. I mean, we have sturgeon, we have shark. Maybe we charter a boat and see if we get lucky.
Yeah, who knows? We could catch a giant monster fish that would fight the line and confirm the myth.
All right, let's hit the high seas.
Don't forget to pack your seasick pills.
Oh, I won't.
And your alarm clock. Because this is a myth that starts early.
You guys ready to catch fish?
This is our boat.
You bet.
I put the flaming reel myth to the test. We got up at the crack of dawn and strolled down Fisherman Wharf to get onto this boat. Wacky Jackie, the saltiest sailor I have ever met, is gonna take us out sport fishing so that we can see if we can catch a reel on fire.
Captain Wacky Jackie. Now, I wonder how she got that nickname.
In your career as a fisherman, have you ever seen a reel catch on fire?
A real catch on fire?
Yeah.
I mean, real fire?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen arms on fire, you know, we were kidding them about to bring the fish in, but never seen a reel on fire. You think something's gonna happen today like that?
That's what we're testing. That's the myth that we're testing right now.
You're testing?
Okay, so the jury's still out for Jackie. But there is some method to this myth.
Now this whole myth is to see whether or not you can create enough friction on your reel that it gets so hot that it actually bursts into flames. And that's why we're out here on the bay, see if we can catch a big fish, make that happen.
A strong, fast fish like a sturgeon or a shark could easily create friction to heat up the reel.
Catch me a big one.
But will it be enough to set it on fire?
Oh, I got
I got nothing.
Well, so far, nothing's taking the bait to find out.
Step one, catch a fish.
We have been out here for hours, and so far, we have not gotten a single bite.
They say that fishing's a waiting game. But this is hardly the high-octane start that this myth needs.
Is fishing always this much fun?
After 8 hours without a single bite, the team decides to head on home.
So how are we gonna test this myth if we can't catch any fish?
I don't know. I mean, we've been out here all day, and all we have to show for is bait.
Yeah, apparently we are terrible fishermen.
So you wanna go back to the shop and figure out a way to do this without actually fishing?
That sounds like a great idea.
Can a super fast fish ever set a fishing reel ablaze? Well, not if the MythBusters are anything to go by.
Is fishing always this much fun?
So based on our fishing trip, I think the only realistic way to actually test this myth is if we build a fake fish.
Well, this is just about a spinning reel creating enough heat to catch on fire. I mean, we don't technically need a real fish. I mean, we just need a fish substitute that'll pull the line off quick enough.
Okay, how about this? We get a go-kart. If we're gonna give this a good chance of working, we should use something really fast.
You know, the sailfish goes about 70 miles an hour. It's the fastest fish, and a go-kart could totally handle that speed.
All right, I'm all in, except for one exception. If we're going straight to the extreme scenario, why don't we load our other bases too? Let's find the best reel line combination that'll generate the most amount of heat, and we'll use that for our go-kart test.
Agreed. So, looks like we're starting out with some bench tests in the shop.
Awesome.
So with real fish proving too unreliable, the MythBusters are going to build their own. But first, they're focusing on the friction factors.
We're
we're gonna start out by testing the line. Now for this experiment, the reel, the washers, and the lube will all remain the same. The only thing that's gonna change is the line. And the lines that we're gonna be testing are monofilament, Dacron, steel cable, and braided solid spectrum.
Whichever line generates the highest heat is the one they'll use for their full-scale test.
So this machine will be simulating the fish at the end of the line. I'll bring it up to speed using the foot pedal and guide it onto the reel. Then Tori will apply drag, and Kari will see how much temperature we actually get.
And Kari's hoping that temperature will be high.
It's not so far-fetched to think that some of this fishing line might catch on fire. All of it has some sort of resin or lubricant that gives it a really low ignition point. So if we get enough heat on this reel, we might see some smoke.
All right, let's begin with the 80-pound monofilament test.
Okay. Wait, hold on. We're missing one thing. Just in case this myth is true, we just gotta be prepared.
All right, let's do it.
With the safety set, the guys pulled a 400 yards of line at 20 miles an hour.
All right, we're at maximum speed.
Before Tory engages the drag, a kind of braking system,
All right, going to full drag.
which will take the friction up to the max.
Stop. Okay, we're at the end of our line.
All right, what do you got, Byron?
Oh, look at that, thing's glowing.
Looks like we are maxing out at 105 degrees.
So the good news is that the friction did heat up the reel, but the bad news is it's nowhere near enough for a flame. Can Dacron do any better?
Crank her up.
To maximum drag. Here we go.
Okay, we're at maximum
Wow, you can
speed.
see the heat as it spools. Look at that.
Wow.
Well, in a word, no. Because neither it
We peaked at 112.
nor the next fine line, the steel,
All right, throw it into drag.
are close to setting the world on fire,
118 degrees.
which doesn't bode well.
So far, with the line spooling off the reel, we've generated heat, but nowhere near the temperature it's going to take to get smoke or fire.
The final fishing line is 500 yards of spectra.
We're at full speed.
We are in full drag.
Having a very narrow diameter means more line can fit on the reel, which should mean more heat.
I don't see any smoke. Definitely no fire. Stop. That's the end of the line.
What do you got?
158 degrees.
I think we have a winner.
That's pretty hot.
Peaking at an impressive 158, it's this last line that will be their weapon of choice. But the line's not the only thing in this lineup.
Now, the type of reel that we've been using so far is a modern lever drag. What we're moving on to is an older type of reel called a star drag. Now, the reason we think that this might burst into flames is this. The drag, all of the plates and washers are encapsulated in this tiny metal cylinder. So there's no heat sink to draw the heat away. It's going to build up inside of here, and we just might see some flames.
That's the theory.
Wind her up.
A theory that their first new reel,
Okay, we're at maximum speed.
a Star Drag 4-aught, rapidly proves in practice.
171, 172,
That is
173,
hot.
174.
The star drag is hot.
175.
Stop.
Oh, you guys, we got all the way to 182.
It's a good start in this real ordeal. But can the 4-aughts big brother beat that benchmark?
Drag is on pretty tight. Get the net ready. We got a big one.
At just 20 miles an hour, the Star Drag rapidly reaches 180 degrees before this happens.
Red
We're
hot.
starting to smoke. It's smoking.
Oh my God.
Keep going. We got smoke.
Wow. 187,
Oh my God.
Wow.
Hey, get the fire extinguisher ready.
223,
That is incredible.
230.
All right, put more.
Whoa.
Woohoo! Too much drag.
You guys, we got this up to 245 degrees.
So we've completed our reel comparison, and this is the winner. The limiting factor, though, in our tests was the amount of speed that we could get pulling the line off and the amount of line we had. Now what we've got to do is find some way to get more line off this spool a lot faster.
And to do that, take one marlin, mount it on a go-kart, and head out to Alameda.
All right, first mate, you ready for your fishing trip?
This could be the best trip ever.
For extreme fishing, MythBusters style. Known as the cheetah of the sea, the sailfish has been clocked at an impressive 68 miles an hour. And it's speeds like that that may be able to do this. Well, at Alameda, the MythBusters are set to find out.
We're here.
I'll drop the anchor.
Now it's time to ramp this myth up. We were not able to get the speeds that we were looking for in our small scale test.
We got smoke.
Wow.
Hey, get the fire extinguisher ready.
So we have a much faster fish capable of going up to 68 miles an hour, and we have a much longer run.
Now, why have I been chosen for this task? Well, it turns out that the weight of the car plus my weight is about the same weight as a big old sailfish.
With the same top speed and mass as a record-breaking sailfish, Kari's cart is the perfect fish replacement.
She drives like a maniac.
And that means it's time to go fishing.
So Kari is hooked. She's gonna take off down the runway going 68 miles an hour. At that point, I'm gonna start adding drag to the reel. I don't know if this thing's gonna catch on fire, but this fish is going 3 times as fast as we did in the shop. This thing's definitely gonna smoke.
But upping the speed is not the only change,
All right, Kari, you're hooked. Are you ready?
because they're also doubling the length of the line.
Go for it, Kari!
Will this be the perfect storm they need?
That is a fast fish. We got ourselves a big one. Whoa!
66 degrees.
Look at how fast it's going.
78. 86 degrees.
Oh my God.
90 degrees.
We're already smoking.
100 degrees. Oh my God.
That is a big fish. Look at all the oil pouring out of this thing right now.
The spools are spluttering, and the temperatures hit 200 degrees.
Listen to that reel spin.
But before it can rise anymore, Kari's reached the end of the 1,000-yard line.
Wow.
You hear it sizzling?
Oh, gee.
That was the fastest we have seen these reels move. Kari took off down the runway, and that thing was like, whee! And then the smoke started pouring out, and then the oil was like, and then it started burning. It was like, we got up to 205 degrees. Still, there was no flames. Right now, it is not looking good for this myth.
These are our washers from the last run. They are charred and smelly. But that's good news. That means that we're generating a lot of heat. But it also means that that reel is down for the count. So, we've got this. This is our backup reel. And this one is wound with 2,000 yards of spectra, over a mile. We're doubling our distance.
Doubling the distance will up the time for the heat to build up. And Kari is not objecting.
This has got to be the most fun thing they've asked me to drive on the show. I'm actually having a really, really good time. I mean, I'm buckling down and testing something scientifically.
Go fish! All right, apply the drag.
All right, 86 degrees. Look at it go, 130 degrees.
It's already spewing oil.
160. 187 degrees. 190 degrees. Over 200.
It's getting
228.
It's getting too hot to hold.
Man, 312.
With Kari sailing at 70, the temperature is soaring.
480.
480 degrees.
White hot. 500 degrees.
We got nothing but smoke pouring out.
530 degrees.
The reel's smoking like a chimney.
Man, that's 530 degrees!
But despite her best efforts, Kari reaches the end of the line before the smoke turns to fire. But all is not lost.
How'd we do?
It was great. We got to over 500 degrees, but still no fire.
Yeah, doubling the line definitely helped, but we noticed one thing, the oil actually burned. So we're thinking maybe adding more lubrication, and hopefully we might get a flame.
So next up, we're gonna add more lube. Now, this is not as crazy a scenario as you might think. Let's look at the components of the reel. The spindle is steel. There are brass gears inside. The washers are asbestos. All these things have a fairly high ignition temperature. However, the lube that goes inside, that's right, get it all in there, has a fairly low ignition temperature, 200 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I think this really increases our chances of getting ignition, particularly if we add a lot of it.
So with a significant amount of lubrication,
That's gonna be a slippery deck of your boat, isn't it?
it really is now or never for this myth.
That fish is taking off.
99 degrees, 120 degrees.
It's spewing out oil.
200 degrees.
We're getting smoking from all over right now.
238. 266.
Come on, get hotter.
300.
Like last time, the temperature of the reel rockets.
That is the most amount of smoke we have seen on this reel.
But even with Tori spraying oil directly onto the hottest part, by the time Kari's motored her mile, there's still no ignition.
Well, we got a lot of smoke, but still no fire.
No fire?
No fire at all, and that was with a long line, the best reel, and a lot of lube.
And the fastest fish we could find. But you know what? This myth is totally busted.
We really gave this myth a chance. We used the star drag reel, which generated the most heat. We let line run out for over a mile at 68 miles per hour. And then we put a flammable lubricant on the wheel. If this isn't gonna cause some sort of flame, this myth is busted.
Kari's right. Even with the deck loaded,
It's smoking from all over right now.
there was still no sign of a simmer.
It's busted.
Without doubt, it's myth busted. But as the saying goes, there's plenty more fish in the sea.
Maybe there's an even faster fish. Maybe there's a monster fish. Maybe there's some fish out there that is beyond what we know. And that is what we're going to do next. Find a really, really, really fast fish.
All right, this myth is busted. We went 70 miles an hour, the fastest a fish can go for over a mile, and all we got was smoke.
And that was giving it the best possible chances of it working. But I'm still curious, can you set a reel on fire by just spinning it fast enough? I think it's time we replicate the results.
Well, you know what that means? We need something that goes faster than any fish ever recorded. We need a superfish.
So, back at the runway, it's time for MythBusters Extreme Fishing Take 2.
So it's my favorite time of the myth, where we replicate the results. We got our boat, we got our reel, we got our line, and we got a really big, fast fish.
My friends, let me present this motorcycle sidecar professional racing rig, otherwise known as Sharkus Maximus.
With a top speed of 200 miles an hour, this road racing sidecar, piloted by pro driver Mike Jones and his counterbalancing assistant, is the real deal. But upping the speed of the fish isn't the only switcheroo.
So far, we have exhausted everything, and we have not been able to get a reel to catch on fire. So we decided to switch to a more flammable lubricant, engine starting fluid. Now, this proved to be the most effective back at the shop. It is basically ether. It is very flammable, has a low ignition temperature. The only problem is it makes you dizzy and it evaporates quickly. But we're gonna see how this does on our fishing reel.
And with that,
All right, you're all hooked up.
it's time for this finale to shape up or ship out.
Ready to go fishing?
I'm ready.
Is the shark ready? Yeah. All right, here we go. Sharks away in 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, putting the drag on.
We're on 120, 245, 300.
Get it on the drag.
We're up to 470, 500, 600,
Oh my
700. Oh my God. 700 degrees. Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, man.
Wow.
How much?
We got up to 700 degrees, red hot.
And we broke the line.
We broke the line.
Woo!
Despite the daring duo hitting 140 miles an hour, the reel hitting 700 degrees, and Tory adding close to a cup of ether, there was still no ignition, which leaves just one thing left to try. More speed. And for that, Kari's taking no chances.
Kari, don't you think that's a little overkill? Oh my God,
right.
that is
Ready?
hilarious.
Okay, all sprayed, the starter fluid. Let's get our reel on.
In 3, 2, 1, hit it!
Both Racer Mike and his mate and the temperature of the reel rocket up.
We got ourselves a big one this time. 95, 100. Holy crap, he is 300. I'm on full drag right now. 200, 380, 400.
This time, the shark's speeding at 180 miles an hour.
600.
But when the temperature passes 700,
Whoa. This is ridiculous.
the line melts but doesn't ignite.
There is no way this myth is true, but we need to see this thing catch on fire.
Without doubt, they got the hottest reel possible. But that heat within the reel was still not enough to ignite their fuel on the line. So as a last resort, Tory adds one final ingredient, a 1200-degree flame, and
Finally! You know how long I've been waiting to see a flaming reel?
Now this is MythBusters fishing.
finally, there's fire in the hole. But only thanks to a naked flame burning 500 degrees hotter than anything their fish could create.
It wasn't until we introduced an open flame to the reel did we ever see a flaming reel. This one is busted on every level.
In fact, you might say it's busted hook, line, and sinker.
Well, I'd have to say we've tested this one thoroughly.
Yeah, that was a great fishing trip. Should we set sail for home?
Yeah, let's go. You motorboating son of a gun, you.
Oh, you old sailor, you.
Think we're out of gas.